opportunity here with the Raiders feel like for you?
Yeah, I think looking at this whole thing, these guys have been working for a long time since before I got here. So I'm taking it very seriously to be ready to go out there, whatever happens, and be ready to perform. So that's kind of just where my mindset is right now.
Coach said that there's guys on this roster that have chips on their shoulders. Would you be one of those guys?
Yeah, I think I can add to that. I really resonate with a lot of the guys here. I played against Max twice, and I think from the first time to the last, we were going back and forth the entire game. So you want guys like that on your team. He's a great one to have.
How challenging has the last 18 months been, and can you find stability here, you think?
Yeah, I'm just taking a day at a time. This is my third playbook in the last 12 months pretty much. So I've learned a lot of football. A lot of things are similar. It's terminology that I'm really trying to get down. Constant communication with the coaches. My teammates in the huddle. I've never had to ask a question in the huddle before. This is the first time I'm asking some guys at some routes on conversions and stuff. So just taking a day at a time and figuring it out.
How much is it helping you to be in this situation where you don't have to play this weekend and you have a little bit more runway to learn the playbook, talk to Chip, ask questions, get answers?
Yeah, I think that's big. Since the second I got here, I was in the facility and been working nonstop. So, like I said, I want to be ready just in case. You never know what could happen. I want to be there for the team. Guys they can rely on. So, just taking a day at a time and studying as much as I can.
What are your early
reaction to the news of the trade, and what was the process like for you coming to Las Vegas?
Yeah, there's not much time to think. You get the news at night. I was up at 4 a.m. on a flight. As soon as I landed, physical, into meetings, into practice. There's not much time to think, so it's just go, which kind of is better. You don't have time to sit there and think about what's going on. You're just reacting and being a football player. So, I'm enjoying it. I think it's a great place to be. The energy, the culture here, I could already tell from day one when I walked in here. It's in a great place. So, looking forward to adding that.
How does this Chip Kelly offense fit with what you do?
I think, just looking at it early, he's good friends with Mark Whipple, who's my OC at the University of Pittsburgh. So there's a lot of similarities there. I'm going to call Coach Whip this weekend and talk to him some more about it. But a lot of the things I did in college is similar to what he's doing. So I'm kind of taking the teaching I have from Coach Whip and bringing, utilizing it here without much coaching that I've been able to get yet. So just going off the instincts.
What have been your early impressions of working with Gino?
Yeah, Gino's awesome. We got to work together every day in the off season, so it's actually crazy how this game works. He was like kind of my training partner. We were pushing each other every day in the weight room, on the field. We were throwing like 3 times a week, so it's really funny now that we're teammates and we're kind of picking up right where we left off. So he's an awesome guy to learn from. Here for him, whatever he needs. He's answering my questions. Obviously, I have a lot of them. I'm trying not to bother him too much, but it's a great relationship for sure.
What does that sense of comfort mean to you that you're walking in with, like you said, your training partner?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. I just know first things first, the type of person he is. He's just a great human being. It's a great place to start. All the football stuff will come from me and what I'm learning in the system and everything. But knowing I have a guy like that in the room, all the quarterbacks have been great so far. I trained with Cam actually in the summer, so it's a small world, the football scene. So it's great to have those guys in the room.
John Spitzer spoke about the intangibles that you bring to this team, with your mindset and what you bring to the culture. What would you say those things are?
Just work, and that's just the way I've been for a really long time. And that I can tell that's the culture here. I'm going to do everything in my power to be ready for these guys. These guys have been working a ton since the offseason program started. Like I said, I wasn't here for that, so it's my job to do everything I can to be ready so I can be there for those guys.
You said you worked out with Cam. What was that relationship?
Yeah, I train in Jersey in the summers, and he trains with Tony Racioppi as well, a quarterback coach. So he flew out. I think we threw like once or twice. I was doing my stuff in Cleveland. He was doing his stuff. It was here. So maybe I got a little sneak peek at it in that training session. But yeah, he's awesome. Tony told me nothing but great things, and it's great to have him in the room.
Kenny, I believe you won a game at Allegiant back in '23 on Monday Night Football. Just what's your thoughts on this journey you're having in the NFL? From there to now playing for the Raiders, and
yeah, it's awesome. Everyone's journey is different. I don't think it's not a cookie cutter system. The NFL, it's a crazy business. You have to be able to adapt, or you'll be done. So being fluid, being able to pick up things on the fly, learn playbooks, learn systems, be able to go out there and play fast. So I think the experience I've had in the past has helped me with that, you know, move along quickly. But like I said, just taking a day at a time, being where my feet are and being all in on the process of where I'm at.
We saw you on your first day interaction with Coach Carroll talking about your gloves and everything like that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Coach Carroll loves his gloves. What was that conversation like?
Yeah, no, Coach is awesome, man. He's got a lot of energy. He pulled something in the team meeting that I was cracking up, like fake stories. I thought guys told these like sob stories and he just created the whole thing on the fly. Made a new guy go up there and like thought he was nervous, thought he was gonna have to say a whole like sob story, and then he sent him back. So just the energy, he keeps it lively, and you know, you just want to go out there and cut it loose because that's the kind of coach he is. You know, you're not playing tight, you know, which is awesome to have. So it's been a joy to be here for these first 2 days. I think it's been so. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun.
What did you learn from being in the Philadelphia Eagles organization, them being a championship team?
Yeah, just, you know, they showed me, you know, just the process to become a champion. Like every single day, I understood it from, you know, the front office to the coaching staff to the players. Everything's connected. You're doing everything for a reason. There are no questions on what the standard is. And I think having that, seeing it day by day, where if a guy gets out of line a little bit, the whole team's there to stop him back in, and we're going again. So the main goal was the Super Bowl. Everyone's goal was that, from first on the depth chart to third. Guys were working hard, staying after practice, staying extra meetings. You know, there's no secret to be great. So that when you have that throughout the roster, throughout the team, you know, you'll find those results on Sundays.
You came in on the same day as Amari Cooper, a bit of an older player. Just what has it been like working with one of your receivers, kind of getting acclimated to this new offense?
Yeah, obviously I'm staying in town. I got to find a place to live. And then we're going to be here every day, and he wants to throw and get in the classroom, talk through routes. So it'll be great to have him. Like you said, a veteran guy, veteran receiver that I can kind of talk through these reads, progressions, timing on routes, because I'm still trying to get home to those.
Just to add to that, how much are you looking forward to working with Brock Bowers?
Yeah, he's a special player. You know, obviously I watched him when he was in college, and now being here on the practice field, I got to throw him in one-on-ones. There's things he does at the top of the routes to create separation is different than a lot of guys, you know, around the league. The guy finds ways to get open. He knows coverage. You know, being here 2 days, watching him find voids in zone. You know, he's an impressive guy, impressive player. So, you know, glad he's on our side.
That's good. Thanks.
Great.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.